Hello Aquarius, this is your April 2020 reading. I actually shuffled the cards off camera, but I'll do it a few times on camera for your viewing pleasure. I'm going to be doing a few different readings for you. Feel free to jump to the sections you need to. I'll put the timestamps and the bookmark should appear in the YouTube timeline anyways. The first spread will be a general romantic reading forecast of your past, present, future 34 months out and then 12 months out. That was not good. That should be a valid reading for single or coupled Aquariuses, Aquarii out there. Then I'll do a one-on-one relationship spread. That's you and a specific person in mind. It could actually be any relationships, like a boss, cousin, friend, grandma, but I will read it as a romantic relationship. Kind of, you want to adjust the interpretations towards that context. More time. I don't actually like to do too much shuffling on camera, but I guess I feel like I need to do it still. Okay. Yeah, I don't like watching YouTube videos where people are just shuffling continuously. I did shuffle these off camera though, so okay. So then I will do oracle cards to get a bird's eye view of the situation of your romantic situation. I will pull oracle cards from your person. If you're out of contact with your person, you want to know what's on their mind. I will pull also oracle cards from spirit. Like I said, that spirit, and then I'll close with some angel advice cards for you. Alrighty. Alrighty, and we'll get you more. Shove the mat on this table. Interesting. Well, I mean, this is quite exciting, you know, some major cards here, just off the top of my head. You got wedding, reunion, lovers, passion, eros, god of erotic stuff, and, you know, well, passion technically, but people, you know, think erotic. Okay, so this is your general love forecast. This is your past, present, and year temperature 34 months out. You in a nutshell. This is your environment, this is your hopes and or your fears, and this is your 12-month outcome on the end. And I am an Aquarius too, so I am in the same boat with you when I say these things. Hopefully nothing too harsh, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I can't lie. I'm here to give you what the cards say and not a sugar-coated version, because sugar-coating doesn't really help anyone. I feel like facts, objective stuff, you know, that's what can help you prepare for what's coming. Okay. Alrighty. So, in your past. So, So, it looks like money has been affecting your romantic department. Perhaps you felt like you didn't have enough money to go out and date. It might have been inhibiting your chances. Maybe it made you feel like there was a sense of low self-worth. Let's see what this card is. Okay. I pulled a second card to see if it was another person, if it was you. It's like a court. It's not a court card, so it's you. So, the queen, even though she's more mature than the page and knights, but it's almost like you're on the dark side of the queen, or blocking your queen. You might have felt like a lack of passion in your life. The lack of passion for your job, lack of passion for creativity, lack of passion for hobbies, just doing things, and that lack of passion seems to have taken over in your romantic department too. Because once you're into that energy, it just bounces around to all aspects of your life. So yeah, it seems like there's a lack of passion in your life, lack of money in your past, and then you're going through some sort of separation. So these probably are not feeling that great for you. It could be the separation that you know, quashed the passion that you did have. The separation might have given you a low poor self-esteem, and that's why you don't have money. It's all a physical manifestation of how you feel. Alrighty. So in your present situation, we got the 5 of Cups, we got Chiron, woundedness, and we got let go of control issues, allowing the situation to unfold naturally. Upside down. So it looks like you are grieving still, possibly grieving that separation still. You're focused on the spilt cups. You're not even realizing that there's 2 cups behind you. Potential. You have a chance to look up and, you know, see that there's a bridge and happy times, good foundations, solid options out there, just off in the distance, but you're not looking at that. You're looking at what you've lost. You might be feeling kind of emotional. It might be uncomfortable for you because Aquarius is not known for their emotions. They like to control their emotions, keep them in a pot and hold them there. Not necessarily wanting to, you know, have them burst out. It looks like you are feeling like you could fix a lot of problems, but you can't fix yourself. That's the one thing you cannot seem to get a wrangle of. Chiron is the wounded healer. He could heal anyone except for himself. And at one point he gets shot by a poison arrow, and he can't die because he's a god, but he's also in like constant pain because he can't heal himself. He ends up by his own doing losing his immortality and finally getting able to die and stopping the pain. But yeah, it's basically, you know, you feel like there's a lot of things you can do, but you just can't fix yourself. You could fix everything else. And that seems to be how you're feeling. And that could be part of the control issues that you're having. You know, you feel like there's a lot of things you can do, you can fix, but you're just not letting nature take its course, letting spirit take its course, letting things happen in their own time, in their own way. You keep wanting to take control and steer things in a direction or at a speed that's not meant to happen, and that's causing frustration in your life. Things are not meeting your expectations because you have expectations that are not necessarily what spirit has planned for you. Alrighty, so we got your 3 to 4 month future here. We got the Queen of Cups in reverse, we got Demeter, Mother, and we got Wedding. This situation involves a marriage. Wow, isn't that specific? So if you're not actually getting married, there's a potential you might get suddenly married in 3 to 4 months. You might get hitched. Or you could be attending someone else's wedding, perhaps, and that might be something that affects your love chances, because people, you know, sometimes can meet other people, other singles at weddings. Queen of Cups is represented by Scorpio energy, so it could actually be a literal Scorpio, or it could be tapping into the perhaps negative Scorpio characteristics at this time in your love life, which would be like maybe the things that people get scared most of Scorpio: paranoia, control, clinginess, intensity. But yeah, so there could be that aspect to it. Queen of Cups, under normal circumstances, when she's right side up, is a very loving person who has so much love she could just share it with anyone. She's very caring and nurturing, but Queen of Cups upside down is like the stinger end of a Scorpio. There could be a situation where you could get pregnant. You could find that you're adopting a child informally or formally. Maybe, I don't know, maybe your sister, you know, can't take care of the kid for some reason. Now they're in your house. You're taking care of them all of a sudden. There could be a situation where you're giving birth to a situation and not a literal child, like a new business, a new family unit, but, you know, maybe not necessarily with a child, but mother is, you know, about fertility, creation, nurturing. And then of course wedding, like we said a second ago. There could actually be a literal wedding in your future. Possibly if you do end up getting pregnant. That might be the thing that happens. Maybe the pregnancy helps you realize, oh yeah, this is what I want. Or I don't see an Aquarius ever doing things out of obligation, like you're pregnant so you should get married. I see it because I see it as a situation where it's just revealing what you already knew you wanted. And it's just so interesting because you're going from like the separation, the sadness, and then bam, bam, marriage, marriage, mother. And then whether you see yourself as this Queen of Cups or it's, there's a Queen of Cups in your sphere. Like I said, it could be a Scorpio or it could just be a Scorpio energy, but, it's just all of a sudden it's on your doorstep already, 3 to 4 months out. Okay, this is how you feel, Aquarius. Well, you got the Ten of Swords, which is the rock bottom card. You feel like things cannot get any worse. Especially probably if you're feeling separation. You feel like, you had what you wanted at one point, it's gone, you can't seem to get it back. You feel like you're just giving up, keeling over. You feel like you've been stabbed in the back, betrayed. Your face is, in this puddle of blood right here, and it's just a pretty bleak feeling. You probably have a lot of things going around in your head because the swords often are, mental communications. Maybe you're worried about what was said, what was not said. Despite this being a rock bottom card, there is always the hope in the distance. The new dawn is back there, but you just can't see it because your face is in the blood, and then if you look, there's like a sword in your face right there too. And what is on your mind? You are hoping for reunion. You kind of want it, but you're kind of scared and you're not sure. It's kind of like it's what you really want, but then you don't want to admit it because you shouldn't want it. You don't want to get your expectations too high. And that makes sense because if you're in separation, then, of course you want reunion. Alright. So this is your environment right here. We got Lovers and Typhus Fear. So the environment is actually not something that you have a direct control over. For metaphorical reference, say if it's raining outside, you can't control if it's raining, but you could, put on a raincoat, go out anyways, or you could change your plans and stay in and, not go out. So it kind of affects you, your decisions, your options, and you could press forward if you wanted to. So in your social romantic hemisphere, it does look very conducive to love. There could be people in your social circles having sex. There could be people looking for love. It seems like there's a lot of good choices out there. So that's definitely conducive to romance or sex if that's what you're looking for. On the flip side of that, part of your environment is Typhus Fear. So there could be an aspect in your social romantic circles where people might be scared of love. They might be scared of saying the wrong things. I always kind of get drawn to this, spray that's coming out of this guy's mouth. Maybe they're scared of bad words or scared of things being harder than it really is. Scared of reaching out to talk. Scared of making the first move to break the ice. So, that's what's going on in your environment. Alright, so we got your hopes and your fears in this little column. So we got the Two of Pentacles reversed, and we got Perseus gifts reversed. So it looks like one of your fears is being juggled, not being prioritized, someone giving you half of their attention and not everything. You could also have a fear of not having enough time to give to someone. because you're so worried about money and trying to balance the bills. And then we got Perseus' gifts upside down. Perseus is known for giving his gifts, his trophies of war, to maidens and, you know, gods. He gave Medusa's head to Athena, I believe. So that can be, maybe you're afraid of not having enough gifts to give to show your love tokens to your romantic interest. Or maybe you're afraid of people giving gifts to other people and not you. So I mean, these are kind of looking like both fears. They're not necessarily true, and they're not going to happen. That's not what's predicted. That's something that molds around in your head and affects your decision-making process. Just to be aware of that. All right. So your 12-month outcome here, we got the King of Cups reversed, Eros, Desire reversed, and Passion. So the King of Cups can be represented by a Cancer energy, which the positive aspects of a Cancer would be loving, caring, emotional, deep, in touch with their emotions, you know, embracing their emotions, not holding them in. But on the dark side of a Cancerian energy, that could be kind of clingy, maybe a little bit of a homebody. Cancers are normally very domesticated. Maybe it might be, again, you know, maybe kind of leaning towards homebody, but maybe too much. So it looks like you'll have a loving man, but you know, he might be a little intense with his emotions, to have some mood swings to him. Despite that, I mean, and saying man for simplicity because it's a king, but it you know, it could be a female with a masculine energy. And then we have here Eros, Desire. So typically when I see the cards upside down, I'll see it as a block. A block, or the opposite of, sometimes to the extreme. This case, I'm going to take it as to the extreme because we've got Eros, Desire paired with Passion. So it kind of looks like in 12 months from now, you're going to be in a very passionate sexual relationship. I don't know how any more intense it can get for you, Aquarius. So, I mean, I am looking forward to that to myself, because, yeah, all this, the dry spell stuff does sound right to me on par. Eros is the god of passion, creativity, creation, often associated more modernly with sexuality. He has his lover here, Psyche, which he has intense passion for. And then, of course, you know, it's a very sexual looking kind of card. And then you have here the, you know, from the angel cards, we've got Passion. So it looks like 12 months from now, you are all set, good to go. Yeah. Probably one of the best readings in this April set. Okay, let me pause the video, shuffle these cards, and get set up for your one-on-one relationship spread. Alright, Aquarius, I shuffled these off camera, but I'll do it once on camera for your viewing pleasure. Getting set up for your one-on-one relationship reading. It could be any relationship you choose. It doesn't have to be a romantic one, but I'm going to read it as such. You can adjust the interpretations if you need to put it into the context of a boss, cousin, friend, whatever. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Pick the person you want to think about. Yeah. Well, that is interesting. Okay. So we got on the left side, you, Aquarius, the current, and then on the right side, the person you are thinking of, the energies that you and them are bringing to the table in the relationship. On the bottom, we have your past shared energy, your current shared energy in the relationship, and your future shared energy in the relationship. Okay. So, where's this on the camera way? So for you, it looks like you're bringing strength into this relationship. You have firm boundaries. You're not getting pushed around, and you're not forcing people. You're not like twisting their arms to in this relationship. You're doing the light touch, just enough to set your boundaries but not hurt anyone. We got that here paired with Eos Dawn. Kind of like a new beginning, but not. Like you're wanting to restart something or go back to the past. Yeah. The person you're thinking of. The energy they're bringing to the table. We got Aphrodite attraction, and then we got the Ten of Swords. So it looks like that person, the energy they're bringing into this relationship, attraction, love, seduction, romantic feelings, there's a sense of truth, honesty, like, because she's naked, so there's not much to hide. But despite that, the person within the relationship, they do feel like they are bringing a feeling of rock bottom, tired, giving up in the situation. So it's a very weird dualistic thing. Like they're bringing love, but they're giving up also. Maybe they're tired of fighting, tired of trying. Alrighty, so the past shared energy with you, Aquarius, you and your person. We got the Empress in reverse, we got Water Nymphs, feelings in reverse, and we got reconciliation. Huh. Okay, so the Empress in the flip side, the regular side up, is normally about creativity, abundance, being mature, fully empowered, but since it's in the reverse, it's kind of like it's going to the dark side of the Empress. Kind of like maybe heavy-handed manipulation, maybe a little secretive, probably some ego in the picture, feeling things are taken for granted. And then we have here Water Nymphs upside down feelings, which, I mean, this is actually kind of is the same thing upside down to me as it is right side up. Water Nymphs feelings, it's these nymphs kind of like lure you in at the water's edge, and then before you know it, you're drowning at the bottom of the pond. And the water is like a symbol for emotions, so it could be drowning in emotions. Could also be perhaps some denial of emotions. You can't swim past them, until you realize they're there. But it looks like in the past there at least was some thought of reconciliation, or actually there was a reconciliation that happened, an attempt. Maybe they were just kind of trying to poke around and see if you were still around, available to talk to. That also would kind of indicate, if there was a falling out, maybe some sort of coming together or moving towards that. Alright, so we got in your present situation the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Eris strife, and express your love upside down. So I like this, you know, this is the first deck I had, but I like how it has these little books in here to give some extra meaning in here. Not all the Wheel of Fortune cards have that. There could be some sort of a sense of gossip, reading, writing what was said, maybe in a text, in social media. It does look like someone might be trying to fight their destiny or rehash something that happened, like the wheel's going in reverse. It's spinning back to the previous point to try to clear something up and do it right the second time. Strife, so there are challenges in the relationship. It could be coming from either way. It looks like people are not expressing what they're feeling. You can't resolve any problems until you express them to the other person. Maybe they had no idea that there was a problem to be had until you said something. By not saying anything, they assumed everything was okay. It could be also a situation where there's no talking or bitter talking, bad expression, negative expression, since there is the strife here. There could also be some sort of sense of dogma here because this is a card of Jupiter and it's negative. In a sense, I guess people being stubborn. Simpler way to say that. Okay, so we got the future shared energy with you and your person, Aquarius. Well, I mean, it looks like you're gonna get what you want. Whatever problems that happened here, it looks like they're gonna be resolved. There's gonna be reunion, happiness. The rainbow's always there: happiness, fulfillment, equality, partnership, joy. We got here Penelope reunion, and we got past life relationship. Sometimes people will say, like, the little meaning of that card would be like from a past incarnation, but I often see that as like a past lover within this life. So, and that's paired with reunion. So, if there was some falling out, it looks like it's coming back together. It's like you're getting back together, you're breaking up, and you're getting back together again. So, I mean, that's probably what you're looking forward to hearing if you were snooping around in a tarot reading anyways. I thought it was funny in that general reading how you went from the Queen of Wands, lack of passion, negative Queen of Wands, to like full passion too. Alright, so for you, Aquarius, let's get some more cards to further see what's going on, get a bird's eye view of the situation. It's a general reading, so perhaps maybe 8 out of 10 work. Maybe they all work for you. You'll probably know what makes sense to you. When these cards are in reverse, sometimes I'll take that as the opposite of, it's blocked, or it's to the extreme, like a highlighted version of that. I'll interpret it on my own, but you could also take your interpretation. Of course, it's your reading. It's for you. Here's one. Alrighty. So we got children in reverse. Children are important to this relationship. You did have that motherhood card with you, but I kind of see this possibly as someone is just acting like a child, especially if there's no literal children involved. Passion. Try something you've never done before. I don't necessarily like the way this is written because these aren't necessarily related items, but it does seem like there is passion in the relationship. Boundaries in reverse. Firm boundaries are now needed. I'm going to put that as to the extreme. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. I'm going to take that as to the extreme. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. And this kind of goes over here. Spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Yeah, so whatever happened for a reason, it was for a spiritual reason. Alrighty. We got warning. Don't dismiss the red flags. Kind of want to put that next to the boundaries. So, I mean, if the person's acting a fool, set your boundaries, tell them no, that's not right. Release. Upside down. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Probably taking that as to the extreme. Support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. Whether that is direct family and friends, or if you want to say your spirit guide circle, you could do that too. Marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union, upside down. Which is interesting because you actually did have that literal marriage card come out for your 3 to 4 month future. So, I mean, it's kind of emphasizing the same thing we already read. Let's see. Yeah, and again, the children are here again, so if someone's not acting like a child, there could be children that cause a marriage, or help you realize that's what you want, or vice versa. So yeah, it seems like, I mean, it's on you just to release the negative feelings, and let things happen as they should, because I think control issues was one of your things, so let it go. Okay, Aquarius, let me pull cards from your person if you're out of contact with your person and you want to tune into what they might be thinking. Try not to pull too many, but I feel like there's a lot coming out here. Okay, well, I feel like I want to pull a few more, but I think this is too many, so I'll stick with this at least for now. You broke my heart. Upside down. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I feel like that's probably to the extreme. I wish things could be different. I'm going to take that as to the extreme. Your body language says so much. I wish you well. I believe it. I am waiting for an apology. So perhaps they think they did not do anything wrong and you should be the one apologizing. But it is upside down, so it could be they're waiting for themselves to apologize too. Maybe they don't know how to do it. Upside down kind of modifies the message. I need to focus on my healing. Perhaps they cannot apologize until they have healed themselves. Because it's upside down. I couldn't tell you face to face. Push these things around. I know you're watching me. Perhaps they know you're watching them on social media, on websites, on blogs, on your YouTube channels. I don't know. Maybe they just know you're tuning into their tarot readings. And then we got here. You are so easy to see through. But it's upside down, so perhaps they might feel like you are watching them, but they can't see you. They don't know what you're up to anymore because you're not in each other's lives. I don't know why. I am with our ancestors. This is actually from like a ghost card, you know, people talking in spirit, but I kind of get that as a sense like perhaps they're with family right now. They might be busy dealing with family problems. If they don't have, you know, children of their own, it could be like with their grandma, their sister, or some other, you know, the family above them. I am sorry I criticized you. Yes, I heard you. I am learning so much from you. We don't share the same values, and this is how they feel. I can't stop thinking about you, and that was kind of something they're saying about thinking about you, so yeah. Even though they might not be in touch, they do seem to be thinking about you. I feel you leaving me behind. Okay, this is a ton of cards, but I feel like I need to grab this little stack that popped out. So many cards. Okay, I'll just read these really fast. I am with you all the time, but upside down, so they're out of touch. Do you still feel my presence? They're probably wondering if you're thinking about them. Please acknowledge me. They're probably wanting you to reach out to them. Do you feel my touch? Again, they're probably trying to contact you on the spiritual plane. I'm going through a life review. Probably thinking about what they did wrong. How they can get back into your life. Please forgive yourself, but it's upside down, so maybe they're asking for a chance for them to forgive themselves. I will show you some signs and synchronicities. Perhaps you're saying they're going to be, at some point they'll reach out to you. I'm sorry I left when we were young. So it could be they're sorry but they're left. I mean, any time that was in the past is young. Alright. Can you please do the sign? Okay, first let me pull a few more oracle cards. My homemade ones. Because my homemade cards are not as politically sensitive or correct sometimes as those other ones. Perhaps using the vernacular of regular people. I feel like that might be it. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Approach me, but upside down. So it could be that they want you to reach out to them, or they're saying, don't approach me right now. We'll see what else other hearts kind of say. Only you matter. I'm actually probably getting, they might be busy with other things. It's upside down, so there's other things that matter right now. I can't forgive myself. Kind of got that sense from these cards. I suppress my emotions. And I'm going to say yes, they suppress them because it's even upside down, so it's like to the extreme. Let's agree to disagree. Propose your thoughts. Especially if they were saying that they don't know how to move on, get forward. You know, maybe they want your ideas to come out. Let's hold hands. Maybe keeping things simple. Just getting back, reconnecting physically on a very simplistic. I am not afraid of competition. So they might know that you are dating other people now and they think they have a chance. They're not afraid to try to win your heart back. I held back. Probably they held back their emotions. I am guarded. Yeah, guarding their heart. My friends like you. It's upside down. So it could be that your friends, their friends hate you, or their friends really like you, or what the friends think of the relationship seems to be a factor that plays around in their head. I was going to say something else. Oh, what was it? Perhaps they don't want to know, they don't want their friends to know what's going on also. They're afraid of judgment. Okay. Alright, Aquarius. Let me pull some angel cards for you. Oh, let me shuffle these. I need to shuffle these ones. Let me shuffle these Aquarius. Sorry to bore you with the shuffling. Just trying to do it enough times until I feel like it's good. What advice do we have for advice? Still don't feel like it's right. See, this is why I pause normally when I shuffle cards, because it takes a damn long time. Okay. Advice to Aquarians. Try that again. Alright. Okay, we'll do 4. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's see your advice here, Aquarius. Not everyone reads angel cards upside down. Sometimes I do, sometimes I'll take it at face value. We'll see. Okay, we got playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. Sounds like good, decent advice. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Let go of control issues. Again, allow the situation to unfold naturally. They gotta figure out their own shit before they can come back. So don't rush it. Don't pressure it. Let them figure it out in their own time and space, and they will come back. We already started in the cards, so it's gonna happen. You don't have to do anything about it. It's already set. Just give them the time they need to get to there. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And you could have faith because your reading said there was a reunion in the future. So these green cards are actually job hobby cards, but we could take them at face value, or we could kind of steer them towards a romantic intent. We'll see what we got here. Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings a deep sense of accomplishments. So that could be, instead of focusing on romance, try to build things. Keep busy with your hands to keep your mind clear. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. That's interesting. I don't like when the words in the title don't necessarily sync up. So I mean, maybe it's saying consider your options, try to date other people, or it could say focus on your career. Don't worry about romance. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, healing energy, physical therapy, or exercise training. So this could be advice to you as a way to heal yourself. You could just try giving yourself a self-massage. You could go get a professional massage. You could try to do energy Reiki healing on yourself, get it done professionally. You could do it in a meetup group, possibly, normally affordable in that situation. You could also just try to do plain old exercise, whether that's aerobics in your living room or going out for a speed walk. Seems like it's a good time to take care of yourself and your body. So that way when you do get the relationship you want, you're already in a good place. You know, you don't have anything lacking. You'll attract alike people. We got spiritual teacher. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So you could take it at face value, or you could say perhaps tapping into spirituality, whether that's a religion or just a non-denominational, just plain old spirituality, might help you feel some inner peace. Claircognizance. Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to the thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Okay. Take that on face value. Clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Oh dear, that's tough for an Aquarius, isn't that? Your entire rainbow spectrum of feeling is sending you an important message and guidance. I do like rainbows because I feel like they're a sign of a fullness of life, of all the aspects of life. Also happiness. Clear quartz is a very easy to afford stone. Whether you have it on a ring, necklace, pendant, put it in your pocket as a loose stone. I do have clear quartz jewelry items in my shop in the description if you want to go that route, but you could always, find your own quartz. If you can't afford stones, or if you don't want to carry one physically with you, put it on the screenshot of your phone, or print one out on your desk. And that will be the physical reminder to you to embrace all of your emotions, because Aquarius tends to detach from their emotions. They'll keep their emotions contained to a water vessel, and not necessarily want to pour them on themselves. nice and tidy in that water barrier vessel. And we got Psyche, Sacred Union. And like I was saying earlier, Psyche is the romantic counterpart to Eros, who we saw in your 12-month outcome. They are lovers. Let's see, 44. And I don't think I've pulled this card yet, so this will be news to me. At least not from this deck. The message. Eros and Psyche's story illustrates the exact process every relationship must go through in order to experience true love. It shows what happens when desire falls in love with the Psyche soul. At first we feel joy, but doubt and mistrust eventually emerge and personal issues arise. These negative elements could sabotage the union. Like Psyche, we must undergo the rigorous sorting process as we clear away our inner baggage in order to heal our relationships and bring them to a higher place. This is a period for you to put yourself and your emotions in order. You must face your own fears and sort through the beliefs about love and truly love yourself and know your worth. If you clean things up emotionally, you will experience joy that follows. This process continues throughout your life and each relationship. Some new problems or issues will always crop up, but you must begin again. That is a natural cycle. It's a time to look at yourself and face the fact you are completely responsible for your relationships. Do you believe you are truly worthy of love and respect? Unless you can truly love and honor yourself, you cannot have a healthy relationship with someone else. Whether you need to lay better boundaries, be more direct, or less needy and insecure, or be happier and clearer within your own self, it is a time to really face up to the negative patterns, beliefs, and habits that have contributed to the difficulties in your relationships. Clear those issues out, and relationships can reach greater heights. I don't normally read the first part, but it did reference that, so I'll read the first part for you. Psyche was originally a mortal princess, but she ended up becoming the goddess of the soul after completing tasks given to her by Aphrodite. In the myth of Eros and Psyche, Eros' mother, Aphrodite, who was jealous of Psyche's great beauty, ordered Eros to make her fall in love with the ugliest man in Greece. Instead, Eros fell in love with her himself. An oracle told Psyche's parents she was not destined to be with a mortal man and advised them to place her on the top of a mountain peak. Her parents complied, and the wind carried her away from the peak to a beautiful palace, where she lived with Eros in secret as his wife. Eros forbade Psyche to look at him and only came in to see her at night. When her sisters visited, they filled her head with doubts about who or what she had really fallen in love with. During the night, Eros slept, and Psyche crept out of the bedchamber with a lamp to see who he really was. Oil from the lamp dropped on him, and he woke up and flew away in sorrow when he realized she had betrayed him. Tormented by grief, Psyche asked Aphrodite to allow them to be together. Still jealous, Aphrodite gave Psyche impossible tasks to complete in order to be with her son again. Psyche had to sort through a large number of mixed grains, still gold and wool from vicious sheep, fresh water from a river guarded by huge serpents, and go to the underworld and bring back some of Persephone's beauty in a box. Through courage and divine assistance, Psyche completed all the tasks. When Aphrodite would still not allow her son to be with Psyche, Eros begged Zeus for help. Zeus helped bring Psyche up to heaven and made her immortal, and Psyche and Eros were together again. Aphrodite and Psyche then reconciled. So that was probably what I needed to read here. Reconciled, and that was in your feature. My other, the Greek stories, and sometimes they have different versions. My other one talked about how Eros and Psyche were in love, but she doubted that he could love her so much. She didn't think, I guess maybe it was probably a self-worth issue, that someone could love her, so she ended up cheating on him. Eventually they get back together because his passion for her was so strong that he could forgive her for anything, and they get back together, and they live happily ever after, I suppose. So that's a different version, but I guess either version ends in reconciliation. Alright, I guess that is everything I have for you here at Aquarius. So, good luck and let go of those control issues. I'll see you perhaps in another month for your next reading, or I might try to do a different reading. We'll see what happens. I do have multiple jobs, so, squeezing in readings does take up time. I guess 45 minutes each for each zodiac. Okay, well, thank you. Bye.